What's up, guys? It's Friday. Oh my goodness, y'all. I think it's like not even 12 o'clock. What time is it? It might be 12 o'clock. Oh, it's 1 o'clock, y'all. I am so tired. This baby is wearing me out. I had to put him in here so he could stay still. Damari. It was either that or his walker. So let me tell y'all where we're at in this whole process. So as of now, I've taken a 30-day leave to support my son and be here with my grandson. That is baby. So we're washing clothes and we have to run some errands. But right now, I have a little bit of downtime. So let me catch y'all up where we're at. So on the 29th, I believe it was the 29th. Yeah, the 29th. My son was served with a restraining order. I think I told y'all about that. She didn't serve us with the whole restraining order. Like she didn't serve my son. When I say us, because that's my child. She didn't serve him with the statement part of the restraining order while she was filing the restraining order. So in California, you can dispute a restraining order before the court date. You can go answer to it, which is a great thing because then we get to submit our evidence in front of the judge before we go to court. So in her restraining order, she basically says she dated my son over a year and throughout the relationship, it was verbally and emotionally abusive. Yeah, let me tell you something. This girl would poke and poke and poke and wait for a response. And I would tell my son, don't respond because you're giving her control. She would just do some random. I knew that the relationship was not going to last. So I kept trying to tell her, you should break up with him. You should break up with him. And I kept telling my son, you deserve a lot better than her. But they had, he had to see for himself. Anyway, she said that basically my son on November, she was sitting in the car. He told her to get out. She said no. The respondent got angry because her phone was going off, tried to throw her out the car. He twisted her arm behind her back. That was not the truth. And he was arrested. This girl cherry picks information. So if you hear that portion, you would think, wow, what, No, the whole story was she was sitting in the car. Her phone kept going off. He said, can you get out so I can leave? She said no. He opened the passenger door, tried to get her out. She began to start fighting back. Once he pushed her out the car, she got out the car, started kicking the car. He got out the car to put himself between her and the car and said, listen, we're not going to do this. She going to post up like she going to fight tomorrow. We both about to get DVs today. We both about to get DVs today. Domestic violence. So she tells my son, you about to get your ass kicked. I'm going to make sure you get your ass kicked. So she calls her cousin outside, her male cousin. He's getting in the car to leave. Mind you, this little baby, see y'all, this little baby right here is in the back seat while all this is going on. He gets in the car to leave. Her cousin gets in front of the car. And as he's trying to get in the car, she gets in the car and locks the door. So her cousin and my son get to tussling when the police, neighbors called the police. So when the police came, and I guess she told the police it was a dispute and it got out of hand, but he didn't hit her or anything like that. He was taken in, released, and no charges were filed. Evidence. This is why you dispute stuff. She giving half-ass stories. Then she says, on the day in question, when my grandson had the appointment, that she wasn't aware that my son was going to attend the appointment, which is a blatant lie because here he has a statement from the hospital showing that he was the only one that stayed overnight. Every night that my son was there. Every night that my grandson was in the hospital, my son was there. She always had an excuse. I can't find transportation. I don't have a babysitter for my nieces and nephews. Meanwhile, your son is in the hospital. So anyway, we provided that statement. We showed the statement from the Children's Hospital. She knew he was going to be there. That's why she brought that boy up there to fight him. All over Snapchat that she didn't like because my son said, my son is doing fine, but I guess his mother decided to lay up with her new boyfriend and he hasn't been here. And she going to call him not to check on the baby, But to ask, why did he put that Snapchat out? It was the truth. You wasn't there. And then she's going to tell my son after the fact, well, if it was so important for me to be up there with him, you would have gave me a ride. What? Noodle brain. So, she wanted to play. We was like, all right. There was a posting that she did on Facebook some time ago, and I was like, no. I screenshotted the posting. This is the posting, y'all. This is my grandson that she edited to be next to them. This is the blood. And the caption was, what San Diego hood are you from? Really? Who wants their baby beside gang members? You know, somebody who's in gang, who has gang affiliations. That's who. Anyway, so someone said, oh wow, that was on point. And then another friend, my son said, no, you're a fool for that. And then her friend responds with this. She ain't no fool. It's brim or die around this MF. For real, Miss Noodle Brain? Then this is my son's response to it. Guess who's gonna look at this? The judge. The judge. Also, text messages. You put a restraining order on the 29th. On the 30th, you contacted him saying you want to see the baby and can you come over? You violating your own restraining order. Now see, this is the thing. What she wanted to do was get him out. And I told him, I said, she's up to something. So she wanted to get him out, snatch the baby, run home, give him a restraining order, and then call the police. This restraining order has so many holes in it, and I'm going to tell you why. On our ex parte, the one that was dismissed with no prejudice, is because it was incomplete. But in the ex parte, the description was because of an incident that occurred at the doctor's appointment. She did nowhere in the restraining order mention that incident. Here was mentioned along with the statement from me and my other son and copies of text messages where she says, I'm tired of you saying I would put my son in danger. And my son responds, the fact that you, I'm going to read this text message to y'all. Because I said, baby, I told him, I said, you need to print these text messages out because this is ridiculous. So, where it says, when I never said in public place. Oh, and he said, she said, when you took my son, you took my world. I just want to see my son. When you took my son from me, not to see my world hurts. Not to see my world hurts. All right, I wanted to show y'all, but their name, he named her in the text, so I'm not gonna. Okay, so she texts him and says, I just want my son. You took my heart when you took him from me, and for me not to see my world hurts. My son replies, I can't understand that, but you crushed my world when I seen how you were willing to put my son in danger like that, or not even stand up to protect him. I'm not keeping him from you. You are way more than welcome to come over here and see him. She says she doesn't want to come over here because of me, because she know I'm not playing with her. I told her from the beginning I wasn't gonna play with her. And my son texted her and said, you know, my mom and my brother have agreed to go over to my sister's house until you leave. They told me to call you. She responds and says, I wish you would stop saying he was in danger, like I wouldn't really let anything happen to my son. He said, if I would have said F it and started fighting your boyfriend, neither one of us would have taken him home. The influence is putting Damari in danger. Nobody is here but me and Damari. They left to my sister's house and told me to call when you leave. This girl is playing games. She doesn't understand it. And then she says, what else? Oh, I don't want to step foot in your house. I'd rather meet you somewhere. Can you FaceTime me? Then when my son FaceTimed her, she became really agitated. And he hung up, and then she texted back and said, I'm calm now. She texted back and said, I'm calm now. And let me show you. I'm not going to be able to see it because it's kind of dark, but a picture of the FaceTime. Proof that you contacted him after this restraining order was served, saying that you felt like he was a danger to you and y'all son. Miss Noodlebrain, you just made our case for us. So my son responds to her and says, you really don't understand because you really think this started with my mouth. And the fact that you said you're going to have the laugh makes me very uncomfortable. Yeah, she thought she was going to have the laugh. She thought she was going to have this restraining order, take that baby, and have my son locked up. Now, let me tell you what recourse has occurred because she filed a restraining order. She can't even call on FaceTime to see her baby. She can't come over here to see her baby. She can't have no contact with this baby because she put a restraining order out. So if she contacted my son or came over here to see that baby, she's violating a restraining order that she put out. How smart was that? See, when you're trying to be vindictive and ugly, karma will sometimes be instantaneous. Instantaneous. Trying to clean up, y'all. So that is what's going on with us so far. She can't contact my son in regards to the baby. She can't come and see her baby because she was being spiteful and vindictive. And I've been praying about this. The boy that wanted to fight my son is still in the house. I guess he was from LA. He was in a gang in LA, moved to Chicago, was in a gang in Chicago. Now he's back in LA and he's moved here. And he is a big, you could tell this guy is a big coward. He's used to intimidating people with his size. So he probably went over there and took the heck over because there's nothing in there in her house but, you know, her mom, stepdad passed, and her brother who beats women, and he's gang affiliated. And this is stuff she told us. Like her brother fractured his girlfriend's jaw. So I mean, it's just a mess all the way around. My son feels bad because he doesn't like this for his baby. And I told him, I said, it'll work itself out. But until she changes her mindset, she needs to have supervised visitation. And that's what my son put on his dispute. In this restraining order, she says she doesn't want my son to have any contact with the baby and for him to return the baby immediately because he is a danger to her and the baby. And my son's dispute to the restraining order, he showed evidence how she was being vindictive, but he also said that he wants her to have legal custody, but the primary residence would be with him. She wanted to strip all rights from all rights to the baby from my son. My son was like, I'm not trying to take him, I'm trying to protect him. That's the difference between maturity levels of these two. And this girl and when I say this girl had this baby as an anchor, she had him thinking that she was going to move in with us, collect a check, sit on her rump and not do nothing. And why do I say that? Because when they were together, she came and talked to us about marrying some military guy. I guess they do a lot of contract marriages over here in San Diego, where these young girls will marry these military guys and get paid a monthly stipend so the military guys can get an increase in their benefits. And I guess that was one of her plans. And she talked to my son, and well, she talked to my daughter, and then my daughter told me to come out and listen to the conversation. I was like, he's not going to go for that. I said, that's crazy. He's going to agree for you to marry some other man, and then you and him are together. No man that really cares about you or likes himself, who's not trying to pimp you out, is going to agree to that. So I told my son, I said, tell her to do it and then get rid of her. If she do it, get rid of her. Because that says what her priorities is. It's not you, it's not this baby, it's her come up. And that's what this baby was for her, a come up. Now, I believe she gets a check and she's afraid if she loses the baby, she loses the check. And over here, child support is automatically put on the parent, the non-custodial parent, which I didn't know that. So if she loses the baby, she has to pay child support. And the way things going, and the lady that put the case together told my son, who saw both the restraining order she did and all the evidence he's presenting, told him, you have a really strong case. Let me tell y'all something. We're in a fight right now, a serious fight for this baby's future, for his potential, and for his mental well-being. My son is going to raise a young man who goes to Penn State and not the state pen. My son is raising a young man who's going to have a career and not give a CO a career, a correction officer. So we're in the fight. We're in the fight, and we meaning it. He's not going to be gang affiliated. He's gonna be affiliated with investments, with investment portfolios. That's what he's gonna be affiliated with. He's gonna be affiliated with a career. He's gonna be affiliated with goals that he's setting and achieving. So we're in a fight with a purpose, for that purpose. Somebody's getting tired. Good. Alright guys, I will talk to y'all later. Let me finish with his clothes and get him straight because I think it's time for a bottle. Alright guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.